Finding a location for your program is next. If you're going into family or group family childcare, your site must be a residence. If you're opening a center or school-age program, you might already have an idea of where you want your program or a building picked out where you would like to provide care. There are several required inspections that you'll need completed before opening your program or even leasing or buying a building in the case of a daycare center or school-age program. You can find out more about these requirements in the regulations for the type of program you want to open. Daycare centers and school-age childcare programs need a local zoning review. Be sure that the building is zoned for this type of childcare. After a local zoning review, be sure to submit an application and request a fire safety pre-site evaluation of your proposed program. During this pre-site inspection, an OCFS regional office representative, a fire safety representative, will provide technical assistance to ensure your facility is in compliance with applicable safety codes, regulations, and state and local requirements. They will also conduct safety inspections, compile reports detailing findings and recommendations, and review evacuation plans to determine your facility's ability to respond to fire and other emergencies. This inspection can give you an idea of any major renovations you'll need to meet licensing, building, and fire safety regulations. This pre-site inspection may be done before your application in some cases, so be sure to check with your licensor or registrar about the required inspections for the program type you would like to open. Although an inspection is not an approval for opening your program, it will provide general technical information. If you get your water from a private water source, such as a well, you're also going to need to be sure the water meets standards. In order to verify this, you'll need a report from a state licensed laboratory or individual showing that the water meets standards for drinking water established by the New York State Department of Health, and if it does not, you will need a description of how water for all purposes will be provided by another method acceptable to the state or local Department of Health. If you get water from a municipal water source, you will not require testing. All daycare applicants and providers are responsible for providing a site which is free from any health risk posed by an environmental or health hazard. Environmental hazards are conditions that expose persons to dangerous substances, which can cause them increased risk of illness or injury. These hazards can be the result of chemicals used or stored at a location or facility. The facility may be currently operating or may even be closed. They can happen as a result of an accident or emergency event. Some are ongoing, while others may have been corrected. Some examples of environmental hazards include lead-based paint, radon, dry cleaners, nail salons with improper venting, landfills, nuclear laboratories or power plants, property designated as a federal Superfund cleanup site, and any property with known contaminated ground or water supplies. If you have information about a specific situation, refer to the hazards listed on the Environmental Hazards Primary Contacts chart and call the agency listed for help. You may also want to contact your licensor or registrar in the regional office for further assistance. Another element of making sure your program site is ready for action is having enough space for children. You must submit a floor plan showing the layout of the house, including specific daycare space you will be using. Include all designated areas, bathrooms, cooking areas, play spaces, etc. It's important for you to have adequate space for the number of children you're caring for, and that these areas are designated and appropriate, as well as safe and free from hazards. Daycare centers and school-age programs have specific square footage requirements that you can find by looking at the regulations for the program type you want to open. Adequate outdoor space for play is another requirement. Public play areas may be used to meet this requirement.